Hello and good morning to each and every one of you, whether you're watching live or whether you're going to watch this on replay. Remember, pretty please, if you watch this on replay, please do pop in the comments #replay so that I know you have watched on replay, please. Okay, so this morning's topic, a little bit different to what we've been doing, but still super important so that we can understand what we've got in our body and how we actually use what we've got. So today's topic is our own medicine cabinet that we have inside our body. And it's important that we know what we've got and how we open and close the door to our own medicine cabinet. Because if you don't know the difference that it makes, you don't know. What you don't know, you don't know. All right. So it's a modulating pain system that we have. So I don't know if you've ever noticed that if you've ever had pain, when you're in a situation where maybe it's a little bit risky or it really requires every single ounce of your focus, that pain disappears for that period of time. Yeah, you probably all noticed that does happen. So, for example, you need to run away from something. You need to move quickly. Your only focus at that point for your brain is to ensure your safety. So as soon as, good morning, Helen. So as soon as the body knows that it's got to switch on that fight and fright and remove itself from a situation, and it could be somebody could be coming at you, yelling at you, something like that, it will have to turn down the pain because it's got so many other things that it needs to do. It's not going to be worried about giving you that little bit of pain. So having this modulating pain system in our body is obviously super important. Yeah. So about 50 years ago, scientists discovered what we actually had within our body. It wasn't fantastic how they discovered that we had this modulating pain system in our body. What they did was, I'm just double checking my notes here so I do actually get everything right. They injected morphine into the midbrain of their patients that had chronic pain. Good morning, Dory. And so they injected morphine into the midbrain of their patients, and what they found was that it stopped people's chronic pain. And before you go, oh, okay, I'm going to go and ask for that, they don't do that anymore because the consequences and the side effects were quite debilitating. So it's certainly not something that we moved forward with in time. However, by experimenting, because that's what they were doing, they were experimenting on us back then, they discovered that we had a morphine-like substance within our brain that was released when our body is in the right rhythm, when all of our systems are working together and your body can actually use what it's got. Then it will open the door to this morphine-like substance, which can then reduce your pain. Yep, which it makes sense. We're actually full of different types of analgesics within our body and anti-inflammatory as well. So the important part is actually getting to know the system that you have within the body. And it's because the thing is, then we know that you're not going to be left in the lurch if you come off of medications. You know that we've got our own that we can utilise within the body. It's open 24/7, so it's open Christmas Day and Boxing Day and every single public holiday that we have. Your medicine cabinet can be open for business 24/7. And the thing is, because we make our own, when we make our own, obviously there's no side effects. There's no side effects at all because it's something that our body's produced. But if we take those over-the-counter medications, there's quite often a side effect because of that medication, which we all know these things, we absolutely do. But it's important that you understand that, but not only you, I'm giving you this information so you can actually go and share this with others. That's what this is about. So mentioning to other people, did you know? And then if they want to know more and they really need more information, then you send them to me so that I can help fix them, so that I can help their mind and their body understand what it's doing to them. Okay. So helping other people is what this is all about, not just me helping you. It's you then going on and helping other people. So your drug cabinet is made up of millions of brain cells and connections, absolutely millions of them. And as well as receiving messages from the body, your drug cabinet links other brain areas that are involved in such things like planning and memory and thoughts. Yeah. So close by, it's linked to all these different brain parts. The amygdala is one of them, the amygdala. And that's involved in your emotional responses. So, of course, emotions can change your pain. Yeah. Remember, we're not just talking about pain here, ow, that hurts. It's emotional pain as well that we're talking about. We must remember that it's emotional and physical pain. Yeah. That line is very, very thin. Very, very thin indeed. Some of the pain we feel is emotion. Yeah. The actual physical pain can actually be from your emotion. So your drug cabinet makes a natural cocktail, which will then dampen down the danger messages that are coming through. By dampening down those messages that are coming through, then we can allow the body's own things like serotonin and enkephalin and all our opioids and dopamine and morphine like substances and others can make this powerful combination within your body, and we'll call them happy hormones. Yeah, this combination makes happy hormones for us. And these happy hormones then dampen down the danger message, which turns down the pain. That makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay. The problem is the synthetic drugs we take have side effects, and then they can actually become quite ineffective. Yeah, the longer we take some of these things, they become ineffective, and they also then affect things like our guts. If you take a lot of ibuprofen, we know that's not good for your body at all, and you're not allowing your body to do its own job. So remember, I'm going to take you back a few weeks. I want to remind you of this. If ever you injure yourself, so a strain, sprain, those sorts of things, those instant injuries, not a pain that comes from doing nothing, but a pain where you know you've done something. You know, you've twisted an ankle, done something like that. We should never be icing that anymore. You let your body do its own job because you've got your own drug cabinet in there. Yeah. You want the inflammation there, you want the extra blood there, you want the heat, you want the swelling. You want all of that to actually get better quicker. The problem with suppressing the body's natural responses to an injury is you're going to take longer to heal. So no ice, no ibuprofen. You still compress and elevate, but science now really does show that we don't want to reduce inflammation on an injury that you have just done. You want to let the body do its own job. Absolutely you do. Use that own drug cabinet that you've got. Okay. And we know that, as I just mentioned, sometimes the synthetic drugs that we take just don't work very well. All right. So when your drug cabinet is open, everything's fine. Your happy hormones flood through your nervous system, dampens down those danger messages, travels to the brain, tells it everything's okay. And you would have done this. Everyone's done this. You wake up one day and you've got bruises on you. Yeah, and you have no clue where they've come from because generally you were having fun or you were busy and you did not notice when you whacked yourself into something. You did, it was like, ow, that hurt, but it doesn't stay in your memory because it's not a danger. Yeah, and you don't really remember that, but that just proves that that injury that you had because you were busy, you were doing something else, and especially if you were having fun, you're not going to notice getting that bruise at all. You have no clue how you got it. We've all done that. Where did that come from? Okay. So that means your drug cabinet's open during, those times because you're distracted doing something that you enjoy generally. That's, the reason why. Okay. So under other conditions, your body's system will shut shop. It will just shut shop. When you're in fight and fright and freeze, the danger messages start to rise. When that starts to happen, the door to your drug cabinet starts to shut. And that's basically what happens. It can't start the processes if it thinks it's just about to fight a battle. It can't do both. So that feeling, those feelings that you get, if you don't deal with those, your drug cabinet will be shut. You do that for a long enough period of time, your body starts to have trouble opening the door to your drug cabinet. That makes sense? Yeah? Yeah, I think all of that makes sense. Even if you're a little bit grumpy. So when you're in a really bad mood, even that will shut your door. Yeah, because you're grumpy. Probably not thinking very positively either. Probably got that negative mindset going on. And we might be thinking things like, I have to go and do this and I have to go and do that, rather than thinking, I get to go and do that. Remember, we went through this weeks ago. Thinking, how you think and how you verbalize something that you're about to do massively affects how you feel when you go and do it. So if you've got the feeling of, oh, I've got to go and do blah, rather than I get to go and do that, because what's the consequence of not being able to go and do that? That means you're incapacitated in some way. We don't want to be incapacitated in any way. We want our body to do its job all the time. Okay. So when we've got those feelings of safety and the body feels I'm safe, drug cabinet open. As soon as it feels like it's not safe, drug cabinet shuts. And it can be from simple things that you have conditioned. Remember the conditioned responses that you've conditioned your body to do. Yeah, okay. So how many different things affect your drug cabinet? Well, it's like I guess it is like a pharmacy or a drugstore being managed by higher authorities, and your higher authority is your brain and your body and every cell in your body. It's that massive network of brain cells which is going to dictate whether it's open or closed, and how you think on a moment-by-moment basis, how you treat yourself, not how others treat you, not how others treat you, how you treat you. Remember, how others treat you is, I know this doesn't sound right, but it's none of your business. Yeah, you got people in your life that are toxic, you move away from them. That's actually the only thing you can do. You need to move away from these toxic people if that's what's creating your problems in your life. As hard as that is to say, sometimes you've got to do that no matter who they are. Yeah? Have a think about that one. Right. All right, so this massive network dictates, am I going to be open? Am I going to be closed? Okay. And your brain's got to work this out. Is it worth me having pain now? It's actually, that's what it's asked. Is it worth me having pain now? Am I in enough danger that I'm going to put my person in pain to stop them from moving so much? Because remember, that's what it's doing, because it thinks you're going to injure yourself. Yeah? All right. So how dangerous is this situation is what your brain's saying. So most things that your body perceives are danger within you, remember, everyone's different. What your body and your brain thinks dangerous to you is completely different to the person sitting next to you. None of us are the same. We've all been through different things in life. Okay. So de-threatening with knowledge, which is what I'm giving you now. I'm giving you the knowledge to de-threaten certain things within you so that you get a better handle on your body's responses, the conditioned responses that you've got. Having goals, setting treatment direction and support so that you know you've got somewhere to go. And a bigger understanding is the biggest opener. It's that understanding of knowing what your body's doing and what you've got and what you can do with it. So, a little bit shorter today. At the end of the day, the key to your cabinet's in your hands with what you do. Next 2 weeks, the lives are going to be a little bit different because I'm going to be in the Maldives with Hazel. So I'm still going to do them, but I'm not quite sure what time. So it'll still be in the morning. The Maldives, I think, is 3 hours ahead. So I'm still going to aim for a similar time, but it depends on what we're doing for the day. So it might be a little bit later on in the day, so it'll be a surprise. So yes, that will be nice. I will share some of the beautiful scenery with you while I'm there. But yeah, we won't have great big long lives while I'm away. I'll just be dialing in to say hello and making sure that you're all treating yourself well. All right, my lovelies, I'll see you somewhere. Some of you I'll see live this morning. Some of you I'll see later on in the week. Some of you I won't see live, but you can always catch me online. So you know where I am if you need my help. I will see you very soon. Have a wonderful day. Thanks, everyone.